Visible and invisible dirt.
I'm going to the aquatic kingdom.
Have fun. If you've got to be certain it's clean, it's got to be Tide Hygienic Clean.
Nice. Have new money goals this year?
Make my credit card points actually mean something.
NerdWallet knows the smartest ways to make that happen.
Put a pool in for the kids before summer.
We can help you refinance.
Invest in women-owned companies.
Invest in my company.
Save for a 1960 convertible.
Beautiful.
Just not reliable.
Discover and compare the smartest credit cards, mortgage lenders, and more, so you can make your money goals happen on NerdWallet. For all your money questions, turn to the nerds. NMLS 1617539.
iHeartRadio with the latest info about slowing the spread in 2021.
The COVID-19 vaccine has been proven safe and effective in multiple clinical trials. Dr. Anthony Fauci says,
by the time we get to the end of March, the beginning of April, I would have hoped that we would have taken care of all of those priority and have what I call open season on vaccine.
once all frontline healthcare workers and seniors have been vaccinated, vaccinations will become available in every community.
Everything you need to know at cdc.gov/coronavirus.
From the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, let's go places.
This time, traffic is sponsored by Spectrum Business. There's a signal in South Orange County 5 freeway, southbound side, just before you get to El Camino Real. There's an accident there. You have 2 left lanes blocked off while they're stopping up the spill from the crash. So you're just seeing some minor delays. You squeeze to the right there, getting through San Clemente. So southbound side of the 5 freeway, El Camino Real, they have the 2 left lanes blocked off. You're squeezing by on the right. And again, they're still stopping up an oil spill after an earlier crash with a big break. Westbound side of the 91, just before you get to Harbor, they've got the tow trucks on the scene saying it'll take a few more minutes before they get everything off of the freeway altogether, but still not seeing any major delays there. And just reduced speed from the westbound side of the 91 from the 605 over towards Lakewood Boulevard, where Caltrans is working overnight in 3 right lanes, and they're starting to pick up the cones there. You can avoid their wrap-up by taking the westbound side of the 105 instead. That looks good right now as you leave the 605 all the way to the 405. And small businesses don't have patience for nonsense. That's why Spectrum Business provides the best internet and phone service with no contracts, no hidden fees, and no nonsense. Visit business.spectrum.com to see for yourself. And that's your traffic. I'm Tony Jordan with Valentine in the Morning on 104.3 My FM.
All right, Tony, thank you very much. The weather today is sunny, dry, windy temps 60s, mid-70s, 48 in Nairobi, 50 in Tustin. Jill's got the Hollywood headlines coming up.
Comedian Tiffany Haddish helped over 400 children using suitcases. I'll explain at 5:50.
First big TV show you ever did, Kevin, was it 7 or was it something else?
No, it was the 7 on MTV. I had 0 TV experience before moving to New York to host that.
Were you scared?
Yeah, very scared. We did like 2 weeks of, rehearsal, not rehearsals, but as if they were live TV shows, like fully, 30-minute with commercial breaks, like before we ever made it to the air.
Yeah.
And that really helped because I remember very vividly that first day we were going live on MTV. You know what I mean? I remember standing there and I thought I was going to pass out. But it was a great show. We got through it, and in the end, I was like, I cannot believe I just did that live, nationally.
Right, on MTV, right.
Yeah, and I think that those 2 weeks of kind of rehearsing it, it was, every day was a different show because it was a topical show. It's not like we rehearsed that one show for 2 weeks.
Sure.
But that really helped.
The reason I bring it up, it's kind of funny. Molly and, Riley will ask you about this stuff down the road someday, and you'll dig up some old tape that you can show them and stuff. Colin asked me this weekend, Jilly said, how come you never host anything big like Ryan Seacrest? I go, well, what do you mean, man? You talking about TV shows or something? You talking about, what are you talking about? He goes, well, the daytime stage at the iHeart Festival. I go, well, nobody's hosting that right now. That thing's shut down. I was like, well, he's the face of our company. He's kind of like, he's the big star of our company. So it's natural for companies when they have somebody like that, to have him be the main host. I mean, I'm just a disc jockey, right? And I said, but in the, back in the day, we used to host concerts. When I was, at KISS, we had Wango Tango and stuff. And I said, back in the day, radio stations would have their disc jockeys host the shows more so than a public figure. But then times have changed, and he happens to be a public figure, that's why he does it. Well, what about TV stuff? I go, well, the ship has sailed, buddy. But I said, I did host TV shows back in the day. He said, what did you host? I go, I hosted a primetime show on Fox. What? He's blown away. Had no idea. It was called Married by America. And he goes, what was that? I go, well, it was quite controversial at the time. Because we're allowing America to pick who this person should marry. which now nobody would care.
No,
wouldn't
yeah,
even
there's a
blink
lot
an
of
eye.
shows, right?
Oh my gosh, the stuff they do in the hot tub and The Bachelor, come on. So anyway, I dug up some old video. I just searched myself online, Married by America intro. And it's me on the stage, you know, as the show opens. Very big Hollywood-type production stuff. I look like the biggest dork. Colin was in tears laughing, absolutely in tears laughing. And the suit was way too big for me. And I looked like I had the smallest head. In fact, back then on the message boards, people called me Pinhead. Yeah, if they didn't have Twitter, nothing was around back then. It's like 2002 or 2004. So they called me like Pinhead, and the suit was like way too big. It's just so sad, and I look so.
I'm not saying you're like, you know, you're still losing sleep over the Pinhead thing. But isn't it funny how, you know, 18 years ago, whatever, 17 years ago, one comment stays with you. People are so mean on the internet, but even though you're not, again, you're not, you know, stressed about that one comment, it stayed with you.
No. But it also came back to me because I looked at it and go, God, I do look like I have a pinhead. I look like I have a teeny head. But it wasn't that I had a teeny head because I have quite a big head. I have quite a big head. My suit was just really oversized. And I think the rumor was at the time that one of the executive producers wanted the suit. So they kind of got it more in his size than my size because I didn't get to keep the wardrobe. It was like a Gucci suit or something like that. So I think I went back to the producer. So he wanted it more in his size. So I had to go on looking like I was a sail. Coming in on the sail.
Created an illusion.
Oh my God, it was the worst. But Colin thought that was so funny. So funny. And I go, so that's why, you know, I've done stuff in the past, but probably not so much in the future. He goes, yeah, Seacrest is pretty good.
That's true.
Yeah. I told the kid, get out of my car and walk. This is all happening. This full conversation was sitting in our driveway before we went somewhere, you know?
Stop the clocks, it's amazing. You should see the way the light dances up your head. A million colors of hazel, golden and red. Saturday morning is fading. The sun's reflected by the coffee in your hand. My eyes are caught in your gaze all over again. We were love drunk, waiting on a miracle, trying to find ourselves in the winter snow. So alone in love, like the world had disappeared. Oh, I won't be silent and I won't let go. I will hold on tight till the afterglow, and we'll burn so bright till the darkness softly clears. Oh, I will hold on to the afterglow. Oh, I will hold on to the afterglow. The weather outside's changing. The leaves are buried under 6 inches of white. The radio is playing high and wide. This is a new dimension. This is a level where we're losing track of time. I'm holding nothing against it, except you and I. We were love drunk, waiting on a miracle, trying to find ourselves in the winter snow. So alone in love, like the world had disappeared. Oh, I won't be silent and I won't let go. I will hold on tight till the afterglow, and we'll burn so bright till the darkness softly clears. Oh, I will hold on to the afterglow. Oh, I will hold on to the afterglow. Oh, I will hold on to the afterglow.
104.3 My FM. It is Valentine, the morning, 5:47. It's Monday. It's January 11th. We got the national championship tonight. Who's playing in that? That is,
Crimson Tide and Buckeyes.
yeah. Who are you rooting for?
Who are you asking?
Who's answering?
I have zero opinion.
No interest in this thing at all?
No.
Probably won't watch. Yeah.
I already forgot the two teams you said were playing.
You already forgot the two teams that we said?
Yeah.
Alabama and Ohio. Right? Was it Alabama and Ohio? I forgot to.
Yeah.
Well, you know, once I knew that my alma mater wasn't going to be in there, you know, it's like, come on, what are you going to do?
Mm-hmm.
Three Rivers Community College just didn't put it together this year. I really hope they turn it around for next year, you know.
Yeah, it was a rebuilding year.
Yeah, sure thing. What do we got coming up today? We got some money coming up 7 o'clock this morning, $1,000 easy money. That continues all day long, so please stick around for that. Did you find out what the smell was outside?
It's really bad out there.
Did you trace it anywhere?
Coming towards the trash can from the printer, but I stuck my head in there and sniffed, and I don't know. That's all I got.
Maybe the trash can itself smells and you need to move into the bathroom or something. Like maybe there was something stinky in there that has since been removed, but the smell is lingering.
I think I'm just getting kind of used to it, and it's just going to be our lives from now on.
It's going to be our lives? No, it's not.
That's just the way it is.
It's not our lives from now on. Leilani asked me, she goes, when this is all done, when we get the shots, do we still have to wear a mask? And I go, well, apparently at iHeart it smells. I said probably for a little bit of time, I'm sure, you know, until everybody's vaccinated or 70 or 80% herd immunity gets in there from the vaccinations and stuff. And I guess Dodger Stadium's now being converted into an entire vaccination place, you know?
Oh, wow.
Because then there was some contention, too, that the curative test they were using, the oral swab, wasn't as accurate as they thought, I guess. Whoa, somebody just put their hand in your room.
That was my mom.
That way, is she wearing anything?
Yeah, she's... What? Yes.
I thought she was wearing like a nightgown or something. I saw like this hand come into your room and close the door.
No, my mom is still here with us for the next 5 days, and then she heads home, and we're on our own.
It was creepy, man. It was like the hand just coming in from the side of the video frame I'm zooming with Kevin on. It's like, the creeping hand from a new movie. The creeping hand. So, anyway, curative, I guess. Did you see that part where they were shutting that down? Yeah, it's going to become a vaccination site at Dodger Stadium. And they were saying that the oral testing one, LA County stopped using oral testing. Mayor Garcetti said he still believes in the oral testing from curative. But I guess it was a bunch of negatives that weren't negative or something they were trying to say that would pop up sometime, like false negatives. I don't know. They said to do it right. You got to cough and do all that stuff and everything.
Yeah.
And the nose, too. Wouldn't the nose be, like, the most accurate?
I think they say the nose is second most accurate, and then the other end is the most accurate.
The other end?
Yeah. You guys didn't know they were doing that, too?
Doing that? No.
Oh, yeah, they're doing that, yeah.
You got to stop getting tested.
You have a bad doctor.
That's the wrong test.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Here's what's coming up.
In Hollywood headlines.
Wilmer Valderrama said he paid $500 to take something from the set of That 70s Show. I'll tell you what it is. There's the traffic.
The most trusted leader in LASIK, Laser Eye Center. Dial pound 250 and say the keyword Laser Eye.
Need a good laugh? Then stop everything and check out the funniest new podcast of the year. I'm talking about This Is Important, the podcast featuring the comic geniuses from the hit TV show Workaholics. Here, Adam Devine, Anders Holm, Blake Anderson, and Kyle Newacek probe today's most important topics, like cuisine.
Are you eating sushi?
Yes.
You can't do that right now.
They're sanitized. This is hard hit.